So Python is very nowadays. Python become very popular, guys. So each and every places Python is replacing everything. So you supposed to like how good you will be in a SQL and Python. That much easy it will be. It will be for you to get the job. So Python is very popular, general purpose interpreted, interactive, and object oriented and high level programming language. So in Python, what happened? No, like Python will have a object oriented as well as a functional programming also you can do both. As if you compare with Java, no, Java is object oriented program. So whatever program you will write in Java, you have to declare class objects and all methods and all you have to declare in Java. But in Python it works with both. It is object oriented also. It's like object oriented also. There you can create the class and all these things, as well as you can create only functions you can create, and then in one or two lines also you can get the your output. So Python is like that. So same thing, if you have to write in Java, you have to write very big programming, like maybe 8 9 10 lines program you have to write in Java. So if you more logics will be there, then the Java becomes very complex, like you have to create multiple classes, multiple methods, all these things. But Java, instead of Java, that work can be done in a Python very easily. So, but it's not like you think like it's very easy. Python, like Python is very easy. Once you will start writing code in a Python, no, so like you have to think Python, because people are thinking, or including me, I was thinking Python is very easy. But the moment we will start writing the Python code, no, like you have to think more logical. Like you should know how to write the programs in all in Python. So that is the things. Like these are the very small topics in a Python, very small programs. Anyone can write it and understand this one easily. But moreover, like when you have to write, uh, little bit complex programs, so there you have to think logically. Okay. So nowadays, AI, data science, whatever other skills, your data engineering development part, ETL development part, and all, they are using nowadays frequently SQL plus Python. So you supposed to know both the skills nowadays for data engineering, like development part, as well as when you go for data science or AI or anything. So Python is nowadays very popular. So same thing, you can read this one. It's just all theory only for this topic I have included, so that like you will get little bit idea about the Python, how the history is the Python, and how it got developed, and then how it's replaced other programming language with the Python, all these things. So here, this point I was talking about. So and also it is both a functional as well as it support all the object-oriented programming. So object-oriented program means what? You have to create object. You have to create class, method, objects, and all when you write object-oriented programming. So in Java, only object-oriented programming is supported. Maybe new latest versions, I heard that you can write functional as well as object-oriented also, but as of now, Java, I feel like it's object oriented only. But somewhere someone was telling that like they from the latest version they included like a Python only. But a Python is you can write the functional code also as well as object oriented programming also, and it's like the thing you will do in a Java for more lines, it can be done in one and two line in a Python. So those things are there in a Python. So where we can use Python, there are lots of applications for the Python. Data analysis, developing games and all, they are using frequently Python. Okay. Desktop application also, frequently they are using Python. Developing web application, developing database applications like nowadays data engineering and all, using Python, it's become very famous. PySpark, Python Spark. Okay. PySpark means Python Spark. So earlier days, Hadoop and all was having Spark and all, Hive Spark and all. Nowadays, they are using PySpark, Python Spark. So those things are there, machine learning, AI and all. So they are using all the places. Python frequently they are using. So you can say that. Python is very, very important nowadays. So I request everyone to go through the Python. Internally, Google and YouTube uses Python coding, NASA, so other each and every company nowadays, they are using Python. So what is the features of Python? Why people are going to Python? One thing is that it's easy to learn. The programming Python programming is easy to implement. Okay, most over it is like whatever the development cost for the company, it's reduced. Like if you use Java and all, you need very depth knowledge and all these things, and like big setup need to be done. But in Python, it support multiple environment, so that it's like reduced development cost and all these things. The project cost will be less if they'll be using Python. So this is what like, and it's freely available in the market. So most of it, like you will find lots of Python tool, as well as you can do Python debugging, and Python, you can write your code in online interpreter also, how we were doing in the Oracle SQL Live, like that also you can use your Python online Python also, and you can do practice. Moreover, I have downloaded Anaconda today only. I'll show you how you can write code in the Anaconda. Okay, high level programming language, platform independent. Okay, so all these things, portability, all are very supportive in Python. Dynamically typed in Python, we are not required to declare type for variable. So one thing is very, very unique in this. The moment you will assign any variable like value, it will be decided there only, like whether it's an integer or it's a string, like that. So if you will mention here age equals to j, so it will assume that okay, this is the string value we are assigning here. When you are assigning age equals to 10, it will assume that okay, this is the integer value assigned. It's not like you have to write integer or string, something like that. You don't have to write like Java and all. So that's what, like, it's very, very useful. Just read this one. It's all theory. I'll share you this document in your drive. I'll create one drive for this batch, and then we'll share you the recording as well as the documents there. You don't have to remember all these things. Just read one or two times. That's all. More thing you have to focus on the program, how to write the program. Any programming language, if you know, theoretical less focus, practical you have to focus more. If you want to learn, any programming language, even though it's SQL or Java or Python or any other programming language, if you're willing to learn, then focus more on the programs, like how to, scenario based, how can you convert into the program. So I've added a few programs in this batch, so we'll see that like how it will be useful. And will not go very depth level because I know it will be very if I'll make it very complex, you may get confused. Get the basic knowledge from here, and then like you have lots of supporting docs also. Do that, get the programs from Google and all, and try to implement by your own. That will be added advantage. All these things are not required to know all these things, but I just added. I thought like, okay, fine, let me add and make the complete uh, Python syllabus for you properly. I may reduce it in few further classes, the not more theoretical, will focus more on the programs. Okay, so latest versions, if you'll check in Google, so you'll get to know that like latest version is Python latest versions. So it's keep, now latest versions came, I guess, 3.12, 3.12.2. So this is the latest versions is there in market. So let me update it. So it's keep updating the Python document. So this chapter is over. So this is completely theory, and next topics onwards you will learn related to the Python things. Okay. So now read this one, and then I'll explain what is this identifier and all. Read up to here. So what is this Python identifier? No? Like it will be whatever the variable you assign here. This will be called as identifier. Any name which will satisfy the A to Z. You can give A to Z uppercase or lowercase, or any name which will follow underscore, followed by zero or more letters. Underscores and digit 0 to 9 also it will be applicable. It can be class name or function name or module name or the variable name. A name in a Python program is called identifier. So you can say that this is the identifier and this is the variable assigned to this identifier. Identifier are the names given to variable, class, method, or etc. Like you can give the name and then it will be called as identifier. Any name you can give. Like language here, this is the valid identifier name, and then this is the variable assigned to this identifier. So if you write here print print language, it will print Python. So let me install this Anaconda, and then accordingly you can do it, or like you also download Anaconda and install in your laptop. So rules to define identifier in Python are: the only allowed characters in a Python are lowercase letter A to Z, uppercase A to Z, digit 0 to 9, and with underscore. If you are putting two names and all, then put with underscore. Now, if you see here, Python class names start with an uppercase letter. All other identifier start with a lowercase identifier. So if you are giving identifier names and all, it will start with the uppercase letter. So starting an identifier with a single leading underscore indicating that the identifier is private identifier. So this is not required to know that much of detail level. So only whatever the identifiers are there. So let me install this one, and then we'll do some programming here. You also install download this Anaconda. So if you'll go here, Anaconda. So I'm just pasting this is in your chat box. So please install Anaconda in your laptop, and then like when you'll click download option will come here. You'll be able to download, and then it will start downloading, and then you can, if you'll double click, you'll be able to.
Hey, can we not use Visual Studio Code instead of Anaconda?
Your voice is breaking.
I'm saying, can we not use Visual Studio Code instead of using Anaconda?
Anything you can use. PyCharm is there, Anaconda is there, but I feel Anaconda is much easier. You can install Python pip also. Those things are there. You can use the online interpreter also. So many things are there. So no worries in that case. You can, you can install any Python. Like it's like many open source are there for Python programming. But I feel like Anaconda much easy, so I'm using Anaconda only, like Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so Python is having some reserve word in the sense like these are the things you cannot take in identifier, or you cannot declare these are the words wherever you are writing your identifier name. So what I mean to say that. Uh, Python reserve word, Python keyword. Okay, so whatever the 36, it will come, I guess. If you count, it may come 36. Okay, so the following list shows the Python keyword. These are the reserve word, and you cannot use them as a constant or variable or any other identifier name. So these are the word you cannot use it like and is equals to 10, else is equals to 20. Like that, you cannot use it. So these are defined, and it is a constant, it is a keyword will be used in a Python to it will be used for the programming language in a Python. MacBook, you have to check, you try it in a MacBook. I'm not sure whether you will be able to do it or not, but if you will check, let me show you uh, Anaconda for Mac, so you will be able to get those also. So if you'll refer this, so you will be able to find maybe somewhere software will be there, and they have mentioned the steps also. Download Anaconda, Anaconda install for Mac. You can click here. It will start, and then you can follow the steps here. Same thing for this. You want me to put the link, Ankit?
Hmm.
So
It's okay.
refer this. YouTube, plenty of videos are available in YouTube. So refer those. And these are the keywords will be used for your programs. Like you cannot declare any variable. You cannot assign any variable to this keyword. So remember, this keyword are very important. Like and, as, assert, break, class, continue, def, delete, and del, else, else, except. All these keywords are uh, reserved in a Python word. So how to find the PyCharm if you are using, then using this program you will be able to find what are the reserved keyword are there. So let it get installed, and then I'll show you how you'll find it. But this is the, you can type, and then you will be able to see that what are the keywords are there. So as of now, if you count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 33 it's showing, but yeah, 33 only reserved keyword will be there. So maybe new keyword they may add it, or I'm not sure. Just check into the PyCharm how many is showing it. And one more thing is that, like, very important, this Python lines indentation is very important, guys. So if you read, then you will understand little bit. This in Python, uh, one thing I don't like, for any code, no, you have to give indentation. So some space you have to give, then only it will work. If your space is not proper for any block of code, then it will throw error. Okay, so we have to take care of that as well whenever you write the any programming code. Like if you're writing F code, functions and all, then you have to give the space. Indentation means extra space. One tab will be fine, or two spaces or one spaces. We have to check how many. But one tab if you give, your code will look good, and then indentation also will be fine. Okay. Indentation is very important concept of Python because without properly indenting the Python code, you will end up seeing indentation error. So if your code is not, like if your if condition or your functions and all, if you are not giving proper indentation, it will throw error. So if I'll make it here without a space, then it will throw me error because this indentation statement will be belongs to this code only. This code only, it will be belongs to this statement. Whatever the statement is there, it will belongs to this part. So this is what block of code are denoted by line indentation. Python indentation refers to adding white spaces before a statement to a particular block of code. So indentation is very irritating, as well as it is very important in the Python. So irritating in the sense what? Like if you are writing a big code, okay, and you forgot to give the proper indentation for any statement, you have to debug and then you have to add indentation. And sometimes what happen, like when you have the multiple codes, like code block one begin, code block one continuous, like that, you have to take care of indentation. You have to take care of indentation properly. uh, you see here how it is, like a statement if condition, then another if condition, and then statement here, else statement here, and then this statement will be considered for first statement first, like whatever you see here. So those things are there, we'll discuss in some time. So when you're writing any keyword kind of things, you have to give the indentation here. So I'm saying here age equals to 10 and b is equals to 20. We know that a is less than b, 10 is less than 20. When you will print this one, it will give you output as false. It will give you output as false. However, the following block generate an error. So in this if statement, you have not given any indentation here. Okay. So because of this, it will throw error. Because of this, it will throw error. So this, because you have written if condition and then you have not given any indentation here. You did not give any space here. So it will throw error. This also is a part of your this program, and altogether it will throw error. So here, one example for an indentation is like this. Okay. So let it start the anaconda in background. So till then we'll be completing. These are all basic things. I'll execute and I'll show you. And if you have installed anaconda, run this one. It's very easy. You can type also there. So if 5 is greater than 2, then print 5 is greater than 2. You can add else condition also. If 5 is not greater than 2. Else, else 5 is not greater than 2. If you will make it opposite, less than 5 is less than 2, then it will print another statement. We'll discuss that later. Here, if you see the indentation part, this will execute properly with indentation, and without indentation, it will same code, it will throw error. So if you will see the statement here, if condition, okay, another if condition, then a statement for this if condition, okay, and then else which belongs to this if condition, okay, if condition, a statement, else a statement, this four line of code in between, this will belongs to this condition, and then this code will belongs to this condition, and if you go down a statement, this belongs to this if condition. So if this does not satisfy, then it will be executed. Okay, all these things are there. Step by step programming will be there. Code block one begin. Okay, then code block 1 continues. So you're you're beginning your code block 1, and then it's continuing here. Then code block 2 begins, code block 3 begins, like indentation. It's showing as a indentation, guys. Indentation. This code, this picture is nothing but it's showing as a indentation. Okay, code block 3 begins, code block 2 continues. Like, see, if you see here, code block 2 begins, and then you are writing code block 3 inside the code block, but your this code block 2 is continue here, and then code block 3 continues here. Like, you see the line which shows code block 3, code block 3, code block 2, code block 2, and then with this code block 1, this statement will come. Same thing, it is explained in detail level here, like how Python interpreter will work like this. It has explained here. Okay. So if you'll see my screen, you will be able to see all these things. PyCharm professional. Even though you can do in a PyCharm, and then I prefer Jupyter Notebook because I find it easy in a Jupyter Notebook. You can use Lab also. You can use Jupyter Notebook also. Maybe select an app to open this. Let's take this one on. It's opening in a web browser.
So Anaconda is not the editor. You're still using Jupyter, or you can use PyCharm.
Yeah, inside that you'll find lots of uh, you
So you can install PyCharm or Jupyter separately or from Anaconda.
I am using from long back Anaconda only. So that's why I'm using Jupyter in Anaconda only. But you Google it out more. Google it out more. Which tool you find it easy? I saw that like you can install your Python Python pip also with like CMD command prompt and all. I found that is like little bit difficult. So I am not using that.
No, so you're saying if we download Jupyter like separately from web and we are downloading Jupyter
No,
from
the
Anaconda,
moment
they both
you
are
click,
different.
no, what I mean to say that, just a second. What about the code? 52, 45, 23. No, when you'll install this one, Anaconda, and when you'll click on Jupyter Notebook, it will open in web browser. Like separately, it will be launched. Okay, anything you try it. I'm frequently I'm using all this Jupyter Notebook only, and Jupyter Lab also I've used in a old batch. So you can try all these things. Whatever this PowerShell and all, I am not aware of this. These are all graphics and all these things, and it's a freely available tool, and it will not take more space also, and it's easy only to use this Jupyter. Okay, now if you see here, we have already started new. If you'll click on new notebook, you'll be able to open the new notebook, and use no kernel and all these things are there. You can select anything. Sorry, I click no kernel. So if you want to print here, print hello Python, like this you can use, and then so Python, it's printing hello Python. And the moment you will click on this part, new tab will be open. New tab will be open. From here, you can go down and then you can go up. All these things feature, you can explore more. You can cut and copy all these things. Okay, you can stop your programming if it's taking more time. All these things are there. So there are lots of things are there inside. If you'll, if you'll do uh, if you'll explore more on this, you will be able to get it. So what I was saying that indentation. So if you see here, it will print Python is greater than 5 is greater than 2. So when I'll run this one, it will show 5 is greater than 2. And if I'll remove this indentation here, so what will happen? It will throw error. It will throw error. So indentation error. Expect an indentation block after if a statement on line 1. So multi-line statement. So there are some multi-line statements.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
read it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Ajay, I have one doubt. Is there any app like Oracle, no? Or we are using like in Chrome only, or for this running purpose?
See,
Yeah, Anaconda. It's we are using you are using like in Chrome only, right?
not Chrome.
So
We have downloaded from Chrome, and we have
download it
downloaded
from.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, it will be in the system only. And then
Yes.
yeah, okay, sure. Thank you.
I'll do one thing. I will after this class, I'll take 5 minutes. I'll show you, and I'll record and I'll share in the group.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Anyone, you can share your screen after the class. Maybe 9:30 will finish, and then 9:30 till 5 minutes will take your screen, and I'll help you how to install that one and how to use this one Jupyter Notebook. It will be easy for you. It's a freely available tool which takes less space only. Now read this one. So if you see here, Python multi-line statement is like consider that like whenever you are writing any code, it assume that when you are finishing this code, it will assume that you are gonna write in the next line. Even though you can write, you can add other programs also here. You can add other programs also. You can add other code also here, like I'm adding here else part, and then I'm saying here with a proper indentation as a print uh, you know uh, something I'll give, and then if I'll write it like this. So Python assume that whenever you are finishing any code, means like you will write the next code. Next code you can add it here. Okay, anything if you are finishing here, you're gonna add it here, something like this. Okay, so same thing in this one also. But the thing is that if you want to break, like I'm saying that Jay Kumar trainer for Python. So I want to break this in a multiple line. I want to break this in a multiple line. Then I can write the backslash. This is the backslash, guys. Okay. So we can add in the end backslash, and it will assume that this is a continuous line of this. Like I'm writing here backslash, this backslash, which will assume that we are adding multiple lines here. So when I'll run this, it will run as Jayakumar trainer for Python. Okay, so this will be the multi-line statement. Even though you will have when you are writing any values inside uh, a square bracket, flower bracket, or uh, um, what is that? A small bracket, common bracket, a small bracket. You does not have to use the slashes. Whenever you when you write it like this, it will assume that it's a you are continue with the value. So it will not throw error. All these things are basic only. Will not waste more time on this. Okay, quotation in Python. So there are single quote you can use whenever you are writing any string value, or when you are writing you can write in the same thing in a double quote, and you can write same thing in a triple quote, guys. Like this also you can write it, and then it will be same thing only. You can use all the places single, double, or triple quote. So it will consider as the same thing only. Okay, you can use here also. I guess double quote. So it will work fine. So these are all basic things. Okay. So they have used a triple quote, triple double quote, and then they have done like this. So let me see if will work like this or not. So it works like this, and same thing I will see whether like this will work for the two lines or not. Now it's not working for the two lines, guys. It's coming as like this. So unterminated string literals. Okay. So it is expecting either you can write in a triple single quote, or triple double quote. You can write it here. This also will work fine. Triple single quote or triple double quote when you want to add a new like whatever the strings are, the remaining string into the new line. This is also triple double quote, or triple single quote. All these things are basic only. So I'm just trying to explain you how you're gonna write the codes. Okay. Now next one. I will finish this one also. Will not take more time for Python. We'll try to complete as soon as possible. Okay. Now, Python comments. So Python comments are, in a SQL how to add the comments. In Python also, you have the, multiple process of adding a single line comment or multi-line comment. You can add a single line comment, or you can add multi-line comment. You can add single line comment, or you can add multi-line comment. So when you'll add comment in any of the code, it will not execute those comment. So there are some symbol are there when you are adding single line comment. So this has keyword will work. Okay. And then you have like this also you can add the multi-line comment. So it will be not executed. Interpreter will skip this codes. Interpreter will escape this code. Like this also you can add, like just now we have seen that multi-line comments and all these things. Okay, so all these things are there. So what it means for your Python comments, just read this one once. This batch will complete as soon as possible Python, and we'll jump to the Databricks. So I wanted to know from you all Databricks, which level you want to learn, like whichever is required for ETL testing, or you want to learn more on the Databricks. Anyway, I'll start the Azure data engineering in 1 month. I'm gonna take in a detailed level, like development level of Azure Data Factory as well as Azure Databricks, and related to whatever the things are there. Those I'm gonna explain. So meanwhile, you can try for ETL testing with basic of Databricks and Python, and then when I'll start there, you can learn more on those topics, and you can prepare 2 resumes. Okay, guys, now if you see here, Python comments are programmer readable explanation or annotation in the Python source code. They are added with the purpose of making the source code easier for human to understand. So you can add multiple comments so that, like, any codes, if you want to add some modes, you can add the comments and are ignored by the Python interpreter. So those comments will be ignored by Python interpreter. In backend, Python interpreter will be there, which will be executing your block of code. And if you'll be adding your single line comment or multi-line comment, it will be ignored by Python interpreter. So single line comments will be, you can add with the a hash sign that is not inside a single, inside a string literal begin a comment. All comments, all character with the hash and up to the end of the physical line are part of the comment of the, and the Python interpreter ignores them. Leave this one. Comments can be used to explain Python code too. So you can explain Python code also using comments. Comments can be used to make the code more readable. Okay. So all these things are there. So like how you are adding comment here, it will be ignored by the Python interpreter. Like you can add multiple codes like this. So let me show you in a interpreter. So consider that I have all these programs like code we have written, and I am adding some comments here. So it will be ignored by the Python interpreter, and whatever the output it should supposed to show, it will show that only. You can add it here also. It will be not considered as a block of code. So it will show you this only. Let me say something like this. I'm gonna add it here. So new output, you got it like this, but it is ignored. If I'll remove this one, so it will throw error. So multi-line comment, if you want to add, you can use triple single quote. Like I'm gonna add here, multiple line this thing. So let me check whether it will work or not. It's supposed to work. Let's see that. So it's this is a comment. This is a comment, and this is comment. It's showing like this. Okay. So all these things. So it's showing that like multiple line when you are using, it's coming like all the times it's a comment, it's comment, it's comment like this. Let me see how this will be interpreted. So hello world, it is ignored. Okay, this is also ignored, and this is also ignored. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is what your comment. Okay, so this is also over. So you want to continue more chapter on this, or shall I explain the installation of Anaconda? Can you hear me, guys?
You can continue.
Okay. Okay, now Python variable, if you see, just read this one. We'll complete till here and then read this Python variable is very, very important, guys. Okay, guys. So Python variable are nothing but like when you create a variable, you reserve some space in the memory. Okay, so the moment you create a variable, so like I'm gonna assign some variable to this counter identifier. So these values are assigned and it will be assumed as this is the integer variable. The moment you assign, like if you'll assign as a, this one, thousand dot o thousand dot zero, it will be considered as floating point. And then if you assign some string values here, it will be considered as string literals. Like I'm assigning here as string here, it will be considered as string variables. And one more important point I saw somewhere. So it is like the moment consider that you assign as a is equals to 10 and you assign a b also is equals to some 10. So what will happen now? Now, one interpreter memory will be there in backend. So memory will be assigned. The moment you assign here, no 10. So this will be also pointed to here, and this also will be pointed to the same memory location where it will be stored 10. So if you see if you assign here 20, so it will be pointing to the different memory location, this one. But if you change this one as a 10, then it will be pointing to this part only. So it will be not pointing to this part. It will be pointing to this part only. So memory allocations in a Python is like this. Memory allocation in a Python is like this. So I read somewhere this part, so I found that it's useful. You also can remember different variable, different memory locations. They will assign it. Now, Python has no command for declaring a variable. So it's not like you will be declaring integer age equals to 20 or string literals is equals to j or something like that. It does not support in that case. It's just the moment you assign any variable to a identifier, so it means that that value only it becomes that will be the integer or floating, or it depends on what type of value you assign. Okay. So a variable is created the moment you first assign a value to it. Based on the data type of a variable, Python interpreter allocates memory and decide that can be stored in the reserved memory. So 100 for 100, there will be different memory location. For 1000, it will be different memory location. And if you remember row ID, if you remember the row ID in your SQL, so how it was like memory location was there. So like that only you will be also able to see that I just forget it. I read somewhere how to find the memory location. I may get I may check that one how to get the memory location or Python identifier. So I'll let you know, or you can also Google it out. That much knowledge is not required as of now. It's a basic. Later on, when you will be keep on adding something on the Python codes, it will become more knowledge. You'll need some depth level of knowledge day by day when you'll be learning Python, and if you'll be using in any of the projects, definitely you're going to use more on that. Okay. Now next one is I mean to say that, just a second, guys. Just a second. Okay, guys. So this is the way you can assign the variable. So if I'll run this code, it will be how it will be. So now if you see here 100 is the integer floating point and then string details. You can assign a variable like this. Delete a variable. So how to delete a variable? Okay, you can delete a variable using del keyword. Del keyword. Like you can delete the reference to a number object by using a del statement. The syntax is like you can write it more in one word only. You can delete a single object or multiple object by using the del statement, and del will be very useful in the future. So we'll see that one. Okay, so if you'll see here this programming, so it will be more clear to you how you can delete a variable. And when you delete a variable, what will happen? Consider that I'm just making it comment here. I'm just doing it comment here, and the two times counter will be executed here. So 100 you are getting because you are writing two times print here, two times print here. It's like 100 values is assigned to counter in literals or in identifier. So this variable is assigned with this variable, and then you are printing this counter, and then we have not deleted yet. So two times it's printing it. Now, if I'll make it delete here, what will happen? These instances will be deleted. These instances will be deleted. And when you run this in the same code, it will throw error. It will throw error. Now see, it is printing first time only. This only it is printing. This value only it is printing because you are writing before delete command. If I'll make it this one as a comment, it will not print this. It will show you the error only. So name counter is not defined. Name counter is not defined. Now see, name counter is not defined. Got it, guys? So this is like your Python. So uh, I made it little bit more work on this. It will be these are the things if you know it, which it will good. So class by class, it will go little bit. Uh, you know a higher note. Now, if you see a multi-line assignment, so you can assign a variable to more identifier in one way only. So Python allow you to assign a single value to several customer items, which means you can create multiple variables at a time. So now, if you see here, so this you're writing a value and you are assigning a value to a variable. Okay, and then it will be like same value you're assigning uh, multiple values. So you can use it like different things also altogether. Like you're writing three things and you are writing three variables name here. So when you will execute this, accordingly the data will be assigned here and it will be executed. Like a value will be first values, and then b will be this one, and then c will be this one. So when I'll execute this one, so it will be executed in this way. So one shot, you can assign all three variables in one value, and here also you can assign all three variables. Accordingly, it will be assigned in a ordered manner. So Python variable name, there are some set of rules are there which will be there. So I guess like it will take more time. Let's make it from next class how your Python variables will be there. Okay, guys. So this one is there. So how many of you want to be installed, Anaconda to be installed? Can you raise your hand, guys? And how many of can share your screen like with good internet connectivity? Only one person want to install
Can I
Deepa?
connect? Yeah.
Okay, let me stop this recording.
Hmm.
Others, if you don't want to install Anaconda, you can drop off. Whoever want to install Anaconda and see that the process, just stay in the call.